So, like, there wasn't one last week. Because I didn't want to record it twice because I can't. You know what? Fuck it. Because I fucked up the audio and I did it again. What also caused that one with the audio bad, and I forgot about it and did it a second time. Um, so basically, I don't fucking know why, but my Yeti mic, if I plug that into OBS, shit breaks. I don't know why it breaks. I don't know why it records the muted game audio instead of my voice. I don't fucking know why, but that ruined last week's recording and I didn't want to do it again. And anyway, what I'm doing now on Nuzlocke Vlogs is I'm doing a randomized Emerald run. Yeah, I'm randomizing. Let's just skip through this shit. I am randomizing Pokemon Emerald, and I didn't re-randomize it, so I do know what the first couple encounters will be, admittedly. But it's fine. I didn't get to any gyms. All I did was get to, like, the battle with Brendan. And because mic's bad, I'm having to go off my shitty fucking laptop webcam mic because it's the only mic that will work with OBS while also doing Visual Boy Advance. And I don't fucking know why. It's so weird. I don't know. Why'd they change the Machokes to Veg? Well, I guess it's because Norman uses them. Give me my item. And the Hoenn region. I've never actually played Emerald before. Like, I was a Sapphire as a kid, but I already did Sapphire on this channel, and we'll just rotate the clock randomly. Where's it gonna end? No one fucking knows. That time. And I can just waltz through this beginning. I know it. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you saw Dad on TV. He doesn't love you. Your father's a piece of shit, May. He doesn't love you, and he never has. So let's just go, right? We have to go to the lab first, even though we don't have to go to the lab. What running shoes? That's why it feels slow, because I don't have running shoes. And it's actually to Brendan's house. I don't remember this game. So it's been 2 weeks. What's happened in those 2 weeks? Well, I've been doing a lot of work, working on videos. I don't think I can do 2 videos at once is the problem. Is why I've been having just such an issue with trying to do the Wizards with Gun video and also at the same time do the next Cold West part. I've got both of them about halfway done. I can't work on 2 videos simultaneously. So I'm going to finish the Wizards with Guns, and then after that, because I have just terrible production time in May, which is who I'm playing as now. Hoppip, Lotad, I'm going Bedlam, I'm going Beldam. It's a good Pokemon. And because I already knew I was going to get Beldam, I do already have the sprite prepared down here at the bottom. This shall be the rock that I build my team upon. Haha. But yeah, I'm going to get the Wizards with Guns. If I buckle down, I can get it done in the next week. And I got it in that time. I'm going to write the Captain America one so I can get it written. So that... Shit, I didn't name it. I didn't fucking name it. It is early enough that I can reset specifically to name this Pokemon. Fuck you. Just gotta remember this time. I will power through the first couple minutes of this game to name that Bedlam, because I need to name things after my commenters. Girl and stupid fucking name that looks like a face. Yada, yada, yada. But yeah, I'm working on that, and it's going good. I got the last bit of it recorded today. I just gotta edit, and I'll get that done. What was I gonna say? I don't know, I've been kind of tired today. What else has happened? Because it's 2 weeks that I gotta think back to that I've messed up by having these recording problems. So what happened in the last 2 weeks? I read the book Mouse, but I read it wrong, and I didn't know it was 2 books, and I thought it just started with the father arriving at Auschwitz. I didn't know there was a first one, and that had some important context for the second one. So I read Mouse Part 1 after I read Mouse Part 2, and Mouse was a very good book. Which is, that I know that's a shocking take, that Mouse is good, but yeah, I enjoyed Mouse. Let's see. Also, for writing what can I say about Mouse that has never been said before, though? It's like, yeah, Mouse is good. Yeah. I'm writing on a new book right now. That's like this one that's like cutting between a manifesto a guy leaves before a terrorist attack and then after the fact, like a reporter visiting the scene and seeing how much destruction and like jumping back and forth between the manifesto and like the aftermath. And I'm calling it the Mayberry Manifesto. In the early, a few weeks ago, I'm pretty sure I called it Killdozer in my notes. And you get to be named after Romdam. I don't want to focus on these comments because they're good. They're good comments. I named Pokemon after them in the last part, but I don't want to name Pokemon after, like, because I already did my ranting responses to these comments. But the comments, I'm just gonna fucking do them all now. The comments are exposed to enough marinara for the rest of my life. Oh, I'll go to that in a second. This one, it's a whole thing. This one, glad Homestuck 2 criticism is valid and about the actual comic instead of like the Sarah said, like it's bad because of the shocking things that happen, even though it's the least shocking thing on the planet. It should have been more shocking, I agree. And this is a very, very long comment. Just very long, and last week I read it the whole time. Talking about Crow Strider and how mixed feelings on it, and ultimately disliking how the fandom treats Homestuck like a toy box of characters to call the goodest of good boys are total bastards with no redeeming qualities forever, and just like the sandbox to take characters and put them in fanfic that doesn't feel like themselves or really treat the original with respect. And I think they did go a bit too far. I think Crow Strider is good. I think American Sunset did a good job writing it, but I do think there is something to be said about it being kind of like how a lot of fanfic, and I'm not a big fanfic guy actually, will just like not really have any reverence for the original story and just see it like as a list of characters to like reshape into something different. And I don't have Pokeballs yet. Like, I don't like when, how do I phrase this? I don't like when in fanfic it's not about the original story or doing something innocent. It's just like grafting these characters onto pre-existing generic ass fucking stories. Like, I fucking hate like the incorrect quotes stuff. I hate that so much. I cannot stand, because no, this doesn't sound like these characters. This doesn't sound like things they would say. It's just sanding off everything into this generic archetypal stuff that doesn't have any real reverence for the original story. And I will say, and like those Homestuck comics that I read, a lot of them, the better ones, did actually do that and try and do interesting stuff with the characters and like try to match the original comic and how these characters were written, and a few of them didn't. And admittedly, Crow Strider, I like Crow Strider. There's a lot of good in Crow Strider. It did have a lot of sand off. These characters aren't themselves. These characters are just like an excuse to do generic ass ship stuff. Crow Strider does do that sometimes. Wow, I just pissed off a lot of people. I like Crow Strider. I do. But I understand why people don't like it, and I think it's overrated. Is my take on Crow Strider. Like I think the best fanfic is ones that feel like an adaptation, that are like in conversation with the original and trying to expand on its themes and story or analyze stuff. Like, I never read fucking shipping fanfiction. I cannot stand it. I cannot imagine reading it, and I have no respect for it whatsoever. Like, it's fine if you write it, but I'm not interested in it at all. I see it so much. A lot of people put themselves on a pedestal, and why am I fucking... Brendan has a low head. Why am I grinding for this shit? A lot of people put themselves on a pedestal and, like, pat themselves on the back. Like, we're fixing canon by getting rid of all the character deaths and having everyone be this list of tropes here and making no one die and nothing sad and completely removing the plot. And, like, I fucking hate that shit. It's fine to write it, but I don't want to see people pat themselves on the back for writing stuff like that, is what I'm vaguely trying to get at. And I know I'm kind of rambling and being kind of mean. Let's see, there was that other concept. Oh, comment about, like, meta-narrative and, like, being sick of it and enough in their life. Like, I recently read through Dirk Stider Pony Pals AU, this Homestuck fanfic. I don't know if it counts as a fic or a comic, but it's very good. Pony Pals was excellent. It's one of the best Homestuck things I've ever written. This weird meta narrative like stuff, and honestly, it might have been better when it's not meta narrative. It was like there are bits of that where it's just Dirk like writing over the comic and making it crude. That is funny and it's enjoyable. And then it becomes a really dense meta narrative analysis that is good and interesting, and I like that too. But I kind of miss when this comic was funny because it was when this fanfic was funny because it was a very, very funny fanfic early on. But then it becomes this really interesting meditation on who Dirk is a character and the nature of narrative, and that's also good. I like that it has both. You should read Pony Pals and get the fucking ball. Am I gonna lose all my balls to a fucking Weedle? Beedrill's my favorite Pokemon, but it's useless. It's just not a good Pokemon. So I don't feel bad about killing this Weedle. It died because it wouldn't get in the fucking ball. That son of a bitch. And now I gotta buy a bunch more Pokeballs, and after that I'll end things. So that's going on. Let's see. I also, for the Captain America video, I did rewatch Civil War, and I did rewatch and Winter Soldier and The Incredible Hulk. And man, though the second and third Captain America movies were just excellent. They're so much better than Brave New World. I'd forgotten what a good Marvel movie looked like. And then I watched The Incredible Hulk, and I realized, maybe Brave New World isn't literally the worst MCU thing. There have been worse things in the MCU. There are worse things than Brave New World, and one of those things that is worse is The Incredible Hulk, which is just nothing of a film. It's a fucking nothing burger of a film that I do not give a shit about anything that ever happens, and I barely give a shit about anything in Brave New World, but at least Carl Lumbly gives a good performance in a few scenes as Isaiah Bradley, and then he just stops appearing halfway through the movie. That's the part of the reason. Like Brave New World, it gets a lot of unfair comparisons to Winter Soldier, and it's like, this is Winter Soldier, but worse. Because they're both Captain America movies, where Captain America's close friend, who's an old super soldier, gets brainwashed into being evil. And the thing is, the brainwashing is the climax. It is... I'm selling Metal Claw because it's a bad TM. I mean, I could have given it to Bedlam, but Takedown's going to be more damage except against rock types, although I do have Rock Gym coming up. Brave New World. The reason the mind-washed super soldier forced to be evil works in Winter Soldier is because that's the climax, and the Cap is forced to fight his friend. And that doesn't happen in Brave New World because, the inciting incident is Isaiah being brainwashed, and then after he gets brainwashed, he goes to jail and he appears in 2 more scenes, and then he's just not in the movie. And the climax is this fight with Ross that I also don't think is that. Well, Ross as a character is the heart of Brave New World. He's who the film's about and goes through the most development, and he's kind of fine. He's just fine. It could be worse, but also could be better. And this is a hot take. I saw a lot of people praising Harrison Ford's performance, and Harrison Ford is a very good actor. I think I prefer... God, what's his name? Something Hurt. Was it John Hurt? The guy who played him in the very terrible film that was Incredible Hulk, and the very good film that was Civil War. I think William Hurt. John Hurt's the 1984 guy. Hey, listen. If it's 1984, that's John Hurt. If it's Brave New World, then it's William Hurt, except not really, because they replaced him with Harrison Ford because he fucking died. But I think he did a better job as Ross because he was such a fucking asshole in every scene. And Harrison Ford is just being Harrison Ford, and he doesn't come across as this aggro asshole who it's unbearable to be around for more than 5 seconds, which Ross was. I think William Hurt was better as Ross, and I didn't really care too much for Harrison Ford's performance. And the bad guy's plan is really, really fucking stupid. But the biggest reason the Brave New World fails is because Sam doesn't have a very good arc. It's like he fights a guy and it's like, I thought Captain America was stronger at the start of the film, beats him up anyway, and then no mention of this plot point at all, and then later when he's in the hospital, oh, if only I had super strength, I should have taken the serum. Oh, that's Sam's arc in this, I guess? And then that doesn't even factor much into the climax, because he realizes, wait a minute, super soldier serum wouldn't have helped me, I'm fighting the Hulk. Like, that's his fucking arc, is like his anxiety about not being very strong. It gets mentioned twice before the climax. That's Captain America's fucking arc. Because, like, say what you will about Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I've said a lot about it, and I'm going to say like 20 more minutes about it in this upcoming video. That show gave Sam an arc. He had a very good arc. His arc was the best part of that show, where he struggles with being unsure of himself and not ready to take up the mantle and questioning what Captain America even means. Like, Falcon and the Winter Soldier is a at least passable show because it gives a good arc to Sam, and he doesn't really have a good arc in Brave New World. And I didn't care much for Harrison Ford as Ross, and the villain's plan is just so fucking stupid. And, like, you can have bad guys make mistakes and have stupid plans, but also, when your villain is stated to be the smartest guy on the planet and he has mind control technology, and it never occurs to him to mind control Captain America to stop Captain America from interfering with his plans, the film, it just takes you out of the narrative, because, like, it's like if you gave him a genie lamp and he said, I can wish for anything. I wish that I didn't have this lamp because I don't want to use it. There! Haha! And now I'm going to win because oh wait, why did I get rid of the genie lamp? Like, it's hard to have a smart villain. It's hard to have a villain with a story breaker power. And they don't really do anything with... Hey, why didn't he just fucking mind control Ross into letting him go? And if he still want revenge after that, why didn't he just, mind control Ross into going on TV and calling the senator the N-word? Like, you could have done that to, like, ruin Ross's career. And that would probably have been simpler and more likely to work than the plan you do go with, which is causing a war between the United States and Japan after you have connived to make Ross president, because that will stress him out and make him, because you've secretly given him a bunch of gamma, make him turn into, Norman's such a fucking asshole. He gave you an unknown? That's a terrible Pokemon. Oh no. Oh fuck. Oh, I just realized how this sequence is programmed. Oh, never mind. Is it programmed to always double tap? Why do you call his Pokemon back? That's not how catching works. This is a dumb, bad tutorial, but for a second I'm like, oh god, is this programmed to make you hit it till it's at half health, which is going to take a while because it's unknown versus Chocobo? No. But Big Brain, what's his, Megamind, the Thinker, what's his, the leader's a fucking stupid villain in that. Like, he's just an idiot, and his plan is stupid, and it doesn't work because he's stupid. And, like, if it was a good film beyond that had, like, really compelling character stuff, I would be okay with the villain's plan being kind of dumb if you think about it for 5 seconds, but it doesn't, so I don't have anything to talk about the film other than the fact that its bad guy is stupid, and I got finished writing that video, which will contain 20 minutes more ranting about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier and the fucking John Walker glazing. Like I rewatched Civil War for this, and I'm like, yeah, in that film, like, revenge is bad, and, like, it consumes T'Challa and he abandons it, and it consumes Tony and it consumes Zemo, and that's, like, a consistent through line. Like, that's how you make a good film, is that you have disparate plot elements, but they come together because they're connected thematically and characters learn from each other's mistakes. Or you have a film about wanting to be stronger that is paired with a guy wanting to reunite with his daughter, which is paired with a guy wanting revenge, and none of these things match together at all. Like, Civil War works because it's this film about the futility of revenge. But anyway, getting that to the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and I don't want to do the next route yet, but like in that, like after we have Captain America: Civil War, which is about revenge is bad, John Walker beats a man to death for revenge, and fans are like, wait, why is beating a man to death for revenge wrong? Like, that guy had it coming. Isn't revenge good? What? I hate that this Marvel film is saying that it's bad that he beat a man to death for revenge, but while also saying, like, no, Carly is evil because she kills people out of revenge, and John is awesome because he kills people out of revenge. Why are you saying that revenge is always bad and that you shouldn't kill people for the sake of killing them? Don't you know that being a man to death in revenge is completely morally identical to killing someone in self-defense? Like, it's still killing. Why isn't John Walker fucking crashing out and going in a violent angry rage and being a guy to death because he's angry and wants us to watch the blood stain the pavement? Why is that a bad thing? And May is just eternally walking into this corner, is how this video ends.